The female image in the screen of China has changed with the changes of the times, and has distinct characteristics of the times and social connotation. From the lack of female images in the early stage of the movie's development to the diversification and consumption objection of women in the screen today, the female images in the screen have undergone a series of tortuous changes. Three typical periods are concluded and analyzed below. In the period of 1920s to 1940s, the early films were silent, and the films in 1920s were in the wisely stage of the transmission of women's consciousness. The female image was only the prop of the film creation, and the character was very weak. In this period, the female characters tend to be typed in order to reflect the theme of praising virtue and punishing vice. People mostly represent good or evil. It seldom shows the richness, complexity, and multiplicity of the character and their inner world. The films in the period reflect women's struggle as well as women's getting rid of feudal oppression from the old society in the new history period. The Goddess is a silent film describing the life of an unnamed prostitute who was also a mother of a little boy. Every night she walks the streets, forcing herself to smile 4 times, returning home exhausted. She was tangled by a hooligan after an accidental event. The hooligan then considered her his property. The heroine struggled in life's small turmoil. However, as a mother, she longed for the bright future of her child. She took a step to forbear, and finally broke up and revolted against the oppression. If the circle of focusing on female is expanded to the whole society, the heroine can be regarded as the incarnation of social suffering masses at that time. The fat hooligan boss, the insidious neighborwoman are the symbol of the feudal moral that crushes and eats the people. After the new China was established, for the needs of the mainstream politics and the national ideology, a lot of war movies were shot. These female images were very positive. However, in connection with the background of the creation of these films, the female image appearing in the films are only the needs of political discourse. In these periods, the female image of Iron Lady was definitely typical and common. The women were mostly shaped as a strong warrior or heroine. The themes were almost class struggle, line struggle, and ideological struggle. Women in the film had no personal feelings and no personal character. Women lost sexual distinction in these films. In the Red Detachment of Women just escaped from the demon claw of Nan Batian with the help of Hong Changqing, Wu Chonghua encountered a widow woman. This made her realize that the transformation of the social structure was the only way to make the group out of the two dilemmas. She thus was drafted into the army. Wu Chonghua and Hong Changqing always keep pure courage sheep. Their discussion together is more about revolutionary, although the audience can still work out of the admiration. Wu Chenghua's love for home was hidden in the movie. The female image in this period is a strong iron woman. Social, political, moral discourse has replaced female discourse, and the deprivation of women's discourse even comes to the degree that women can't have love. After 1980s, China film changed a lot, especially due to the large-scale government reform of the management mechanism of film production, distribution, and screening. It leads to the diversity of female characters and the awakening of female consciousness. For the improvement of people's material living standard, China has entered into a mass consumption society, and with the popularity of commercial films, the female image also objectified in the movies. The female director Ning Yin's Picture Motion is a film that highlights the right of women to speak. The four women in the film have their own characteristics, representing wealth, beauty, status, and art. The wife, played by Hong Hua, suspected that her husband had an affair with one of the three other women. The wife therefore invited the three other women to have dinner and a chat in the first day of New Year, so that she could ferret out the woman. These four women were very successful in their careers. From their speech and deportment, it could be seen that they were the pioneer women that dared to challenge the patriarchal society.
但是比我还大呢，你可能早更了，你自己都不知道。
革命人永远是年轻，你更我不更。
你听我说啊，医生说的，40岁以后的人就进入更年期阶段了，可能还更早呢。更年期阶段其实最性感了，鲜花开到极致，漫长又性感。潮热二字，你应该理解成又潮又热 ，baby and hot。40女人一枝花呀，就是这意思。
得了吧。人说女人40豆腐渣。
The scene that four women eating the chicken feet in the film was quite shocking, as if they are not eating chicken feet, but the hatred to men and their helplessness. In the process of chatting, their language is also very bold. There were a lot of sexual topics, and their consciousness is very amber to God.
新年好，新年好，新年好。大家自己来吧。
每次到妞妞家都是吃鸡爪，最文雅的吃法是嘬干净所有皮肉，还能摆回去，看上来还是只鸡爪。尽管是熟肉，你可以感觉到它的能量。这只鸡活着的时候，肯定是只欲望特强的鸡。
four heroines in the series of Tiny Times have the high standard of love and material beyond ordinary standard. So they live under the double torment of the material and love. They not only have higher requirements for materials, but also put forward higher requirements for the spiritual level. Tiny Times has built a modern, besieged city with material supremacy. Double anxiety between material and emotion brings the predicament of besieged city. It is a very new variety of youth films in the consumption era.